Oh, good morning, Lou.
Morning, Lou.
27th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Pele, Yoetz. Festivals. Okay, yes. Okay, so Hashem commanded us to rejoice on the festivals. So Pele Yoetz says this is an example of how Hashem has shown his love to us. What person doesn't like to rejoice? And so Hashem has made it a mitzvah. He made a mitzvah out of rejoicing. So not only we get to rejoice, but we have Hashem says, I want you to rejoice. And not only that, since it's a mitzvah, I'll give you great reward for doing something that comes very easily and you like to do. How you like that? So that shows you how wonderful Hashem is and how much He loves us and wants us to be happy that He has chosen us. That's the idea. We're happy that He chose us. Asher b'char banu. And this is something Pele Yoetz says. We have to think about this very deeply. And if we think about it very deeply, it will be impossible not to rejoice in regard to this matter. Okay, and now we go to Meir, included in the mitzvah, please.
Okay, included in the mitzvah of the day is to gladden the heart of one's wife and children according to his ability and according to that which it is proper to fulfill their desires. The sages in Sukkah said, I praise the lazy people who do not leave their homes during the festival. As it is written in Devarim, and you and your household will rejoice. Those individuals act improperly who eat at their friends' homes on the festival and leave their wife and children alone in their home. This certainly causes them pain. It is proper for a man to nullify his will, at least a little for them.
It's a bit of an insight about the way people were in those days.
Yeah, really.
I don't think any of us would do that.
No, usually bring your family to wherever you're going.
Yeah.
Well, but what about going to Uman?
Oh.
What happened to the wife and the family?
They were mercifully left at home. They didn't have to undergo. They didn't have to undergo all that strife.
That's a great kindness.
Yes.
Well, they have to the man has to make sure that they're taken care of while he's away.
Mm-hmm. At least there's someone to worry about him.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah. I'm sure families do go, but it's a.
Oh, you think that the wives go to Uman now?
So I'm sure some do, not very many. But, I don't think very many are interested in going. They're happy that their husbands go off, leave them alone for a little while.
Oh, so yes. Okay, so that's their Simchas Yontif. They're not bothered to have the husband.
And they can invite
them around the house all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we go to a round of applause. A round of applause for page 395.
Wow.
Of Yomim Tovim. And now we ask Lou to continue on page 396.
396, okay. My page.
Also included.
Okay, got it. Also included in this mitzvah is to gladden the hearts of the poor and misfortunate people who, before each festival, according to one's financial ability. It is known how much the Holy Zohar was strict in this matter. Regarding this, the sages said, the Holy One, blessed be He, visits the poor people on Yom Tov. He sees that they do not have anything with which to rejoice. He cries over them. Furthermore, they said, if a person rejoices alone and does not give to the poor, his punishment is very great, for he does not give happiness to others.
Ooh,
Of such people, it says, and I will fling feces upon your faces, the feces of your festival offerings. Therefore, a person must never neglect giving to the poor people on each festival, in accord with God's blessing upon him. He must be afraid and anxious and not be satisfied with the little that he gives. The burden of a camel is according to his strength. Then his heart will exult and his honor will rejoice. No harm will occur to him. No plague will come near to his tent, and there will be peace in his wealth. So I don't get this quote about the burden of the camel is according to its strength.
the obligation of a person to give, and I guess in terms of the amount that he's giving, that's the burden that's the burden of the camel. So how much is the burden that we're going to place on this individual to see to it that the poor people also have some happiness on Yom Tov and don't feel that they have nothing with which to rejoice with? It goes according to his financial abilities. The more financial ability that he has, so the more of an obligation that he has in regard to this mitzvah.
I see.
So yeah. Yeah, the on Purim, the Mishnah Berurah brings it, La Lacha, but it's based upon a Chazal that the person when he makes his Purim Suda, he really the amount that he spends on his own Purim Suda, he should have as much, if not more, that he sets aside to contribute to the Purim Sudas of people that don't have.
It's good, yeah.
So, but we see that this is not only an Inyan of Purim. It's not simply an Inyan of Purim that everybody should be rejoice, and because everybody should rejoice also on all the Yomim Tovim, not just the people that can afford to rejoice. So that's the story over here that he's talking about. Because he was talking about a person has an obligation to rejoice, and not only himself, but also his family. And now not only his family, but even other people that are not his family, but they don't have a financial ability to be able to rejoice too much. So someone that does is obligated to help them, so that they will also enjoy the Yom Tov. We have on Pesach, there was an official takana of Chazal. It's brought in the Gemara about mos chitim. About mos chitim means money for chitim, for wheat. So that at the very least they should be able to have matzahs for Yom Tov. So okay. All right, the last paragraph, we go back to Alan. Included in the mitzvah of the day, page 396.
Included in the midst of the day is what our sages in Megillah 4a mentioned. Moshe established for the Jewish people that they should expound the laws of the festivals on the festivals. If the words of the Sophrim scribes are beloved and one needs to be careful of them in them, all the more so an enactment of Moshe Rabbeinu. This is a mitzvah incumbent upon the Torah scholars to speak publicly and to give Hashem's portion at the time of Mincha, a timely subject with laws and Musar, moral inspiration. The rest of the community has the responsibility to come and listen in order to keep and fulfill. The people will receive a good reward for listening and doing. This is truly a festival for Hashem. Hashem will rejoice in his creations.
We changed that to learning 30 days before the festivals rather than on the festival.
Okay, very good point. Roy is bringing up. Very good point. Let's take a look at this Gemara over here. Let's take a look. Yeah. Was there another Gemara? I was thinking there was another Gemara that I was going to look up. Oh, okay, let's look up this one because you brought this one up. This is the beginning of Megillah. In other words, are there two different dinim? There's a din of 30 days before the festival. You have to start preparing with knowing the halachas, and also on the Yom Tov itself. That's a different din. Also on the Yom Tov itself, they involved in the various mitzvahs and learning about the Yom Tov.
Okay, Megillah. Let's see if I can find it.
You got to put your set of Gemaras in order.
All right, let's see. Megillah 4. Boy.
A.
Okay.
Looks at 4A1.
Yeah, it's on 4A1 on the right-hand column. The bottom of the column.
It actually probably starts on the paragraph above, sort of going into it.
Oh, here we go. It's like the middle of, I see it. The Gemara says, my area Purim. Why are you mentioning the Purim in this regard? Afilu Yom Tov, Nami, even Yom Tov as well. The Sanya. Here we have a brisa that says, Moshe tikein lehem liyisrael, shu shoalim v'darshim b'inyanoi shaliyom, hilchas Pesach b'Pesach, hilchas atzeres b'atzeres, v'hilchas chag b'chag. That is what it says in the brisa. Let's translate it. You have the place, everybody?
Yeah.
So this is a tikkun, like the Pele Yoetz told us. This is a tikkun of Moshe Rabbeinu. Already in the days of Moshe Rabbeinu, he made this a tikkun. Tikein lehem liyisrael. He made a tikkun for the Jewish people, for the benefit of the Jewish people. He made a tikkun. Sheyu shoalim b'darshim. They should seek into and inquire about and expound upon b'inyanoi shel yom, in regard to the various inyanim of the day, the various matters that involve the Yom Tov. Hilchas Pesach b'Pesach. The halachas of Pesach should be asked about and expounded upon. B'Pesach, on Pesach. Hilchas Atzeres b'Atzeres. And the halachas of Atzeres. Atzeres here is referring to Shavuos. And in Hilchos Chag b'Chag. Hilchos Chag b'Chag is referring to Sukkot. So the three main Yomim Tovim Midoraisa, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have Purim. He didn't have Hanukkah. But he had these three Yomim Tovim. Jewish people had them. And so he made this takana. Now, to me, this takana seems to be clear from the brisa that we're talking about on the Yom Tov itself, to involve oneself in this. So this, what Roy is referring to, 30 days Kodem HaChag, this is some other source. There has to be another source for that.
I've got a footnote. It's on 4A2, left-hand column at the top. Ritva contrasts the requirement discussed here to lecture on the laws of Yom Tov on the day of Yom Tov itself with another rabbinic enactment, which rules that discussions about Yom Tov are held throughout the 30-day period prior to the Yom Tov. The former represents an obligation to hold lectures, whereas the latter merely teaches that if one has some question about the Yom Tov, the appropriate time to raise it is during the 30 days that precede the festival. See therefore a dissenting view.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Oh, so the show, according to the Ritva, this is the source for 30 days also, because Shoalim is he says is 30 days before. Okay, it's interesting. That's an interesting chiddush. It sounds to me, according to that, if the Ritva was forced to say something which would seem to depart from the simple meaning of the words of the brisa, it must be that we do not have another source for this matter. But But I think if you look in the Shulchan Aruch, in the Mishnah Berurah, they will bring this din about 30 days. The question would be, what would be the source for it? Let's see. I have a citation over here by the Brisa. The Brisa says to go take a look in the, where? In the Rambam, Hilchos Tefillah. That doesn't sound right. There's also another source of Shas on the upper right-hand corner. That's the little Gimel sends you over there. He says, take a look further on in this Gemara in Megillah 32a. Let's take a look over there to see if it says anything over there. Oh, 1 second. Before we go to page 32, we have to take a look at a Tosfos. Maybe Roy is asking Tosfos' question over here. Let's see. Tosfos can be found on the bottom of the page. Dibur Maskil Mai. This is on Megillah 4a. If you take a look all the way at the bottom of the page, you'll see a Tosfos. Is the second Tosfos from the bottom. My area Purim afilu yontif nami nirali the haki perusha my area Purim the ein darshin bo mikodem lachein shloshim yom. Tosfos says seems to me that what the Gemara is involved with over here is when it's asking. What are you talking about Purim for? Because Purim is not a time that we don't have any official din of Purim to be ein darshin bo mikodem lachein shloshim yom. We don't darshan about the halachas of Purim 30 days before the yontif. The mishum hachi lidrosh bo bayom. Afilu b'yontov. That on that account, we would darshan also on the day itself, even on Yontov itself. The darshinin shloshim yom lefanav. That we darshan even 30 days before. Yafilu hachi, and nevertheless, darshin bo bayom. We do darshan on Purim on the day. Kedasanya. Medaber Moshe es Moedei Hashem el bnei Yisrael. Oh, and Tosfos sends us over to this Gemara in further on 32a. So it does seem to be that Tosfos is also getting out from this Chazal over here something about 30 days before as well.
$11:23.
Oh, still a little time.
Oh yeah, it's the last two lines of the whole Masechta.
Oh, really?
Rabbanan, Moshe Tikein Lehem, L'Yisrael, Shiyu Sholim Medarshim B'Inyono Shel Yom Hilchas Pesach Be-Pesach, Hilchas Atzeres Ba-Atzeres, Hilchas Chag Be-Chag. So, okay. That's,
Oh, I have another footnote.
yeah,
The commentators raise a difficulty above on 29b. The Gemara stated that one inquires about the laws of Pesach 30 days before Pesach. But in the
where
Brisa,
on
29b,
29B.
but in the Brisa cited here, the obligation seems to be limited to the festival itself.
Right.
Tosfos above on 4a, which is the one we just read, I think, assert that although one has already inquired and expounded 30 days before the festival, one must do so again on the festival itself. Others answer that in the 30-day period preceding the festival, there is no obligation to expound, only to inquire. I.e., if a student raises a question concerning the laws of the festival, it is considered a pertinent question and it should be answered, even if these laws are not presently the subject being studied at the academy. See Rashba, Ritva, and Ron. Also see Beis Yosef, Bach, Kach, Yaakov, Biur Halacha, and other commentaries to Orech Chaim.
Okay. Well, yeah, now I see we have a citation over here in 29b. Oh, so by the way, this, what it says over here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines from the top of the page. The Gemara quotes, it seems like a different language is in this brisa over here. The Sanya, it says, we have a brisa that says, Shoalin behilchas pesach kodem lepesach shloshim yom. You're shoel. You're inquiring about and investigating into different matters of different questions and uncertainties in regard to the halachas of Pesach before the yontif of Pesach, 30 days before. So that means when you sit down to your Purim Suda on the 15th of Adar, so what should be your subject of endeavor over there, your Purim Suda, before you start drinking? You should learn a halacha of Pesach. You should ask a question about Pesach and find an answer to it. And then you'll be Mekayim what it says over here in this Gemara. Because that's 30 days. That'll be 30 days, unless you'll say, no, you'll get 30 days the day after, if you start the day after Purim. Okay. The 30, okay. In any case, it says over here 30 days. 30 days before Pesach, 30 days. Oh. It actually only says 30 days before Pesach. What about Sukkot? Okay, so that's, and we don't have any more time, do we?
Sorry, where is it on 29b?
Oh, 29b, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 lines from the top. The last word in the line. First word in the line is Shimon ben Gamliel, Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel.
It's on 29b1 on the left-hand column, the bottom paragraph. The Gemara has established.
Thanks. Yeah.
But it says here also, there's a machloket, Rav Shimon ben Gamliel said 2 weeks.
Let's see. Karina be'echad be'avdar, Yeheka de'leisu, shkolim lemiktash, kaman, delok Rem Shem Gamliel, the Rem Shem Gamliel, Omer Shtei Shabbosos. Desanya. Okay. Well, let's yeah. Okay, very good. That's a good question, Roy. So really, you'd have to see it in the halacha that it would seem that the halacha would reflect that we fulfill both of these precepts. We were shoaling on 3 days before the Chag, and we're dorshing on the Chag itself as well. Okay. Very good. Yashikoyach.
Okay.
We say goodbye to Mayor.
Okay, have a
All
good
the best,
day.
Mayor.
Have a great day, Mayor.
Okay, be well.